At Direct Service Garage Doors, we are your one-stop shop for all things garage door. From garage door repair and broken spring replacement to new garage doors and openers, we do it all. We're proud to be among the highest-rated local garage door companies in all of Central Arkansas. Our highly trained technicians are available 24 hours a day at no extra cost to you. So if you have an emergency, call us today, 501-244-3667, or visit our website at directserviceoverhead.com. Don't wait days. We'll fix it now.
All right, everybody, let's do this. Happy Monday. 3, 2, 1, yo. There we go. There we go. We're good now. We're good now. I was trying to go live at 11, but that was my girls are not making it easy this morning. My daughters are fighting. They were getting after it. I had to separate them. I had to be like, "Hey, chill out. It is not cold in this house. Addie, you do not have to give your big sister her sweater back, but it's not cold in this house." What is it about 70 degrees that people think is so cold? All right. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe. Cameron Gray currently under a bridge. Uh-oh. Well, that's no bueno. Hey, if you guys have any questions or comments, hey, please fire away. I would, I don't mind answering questions. Shout out to Patreon supporters. We got, I just got the email this morning that the new Patreon supporter, the month of May went through this morning. So that will be updated sometime this week. I don't know that I'll have time to update it today. I will be also, by the way, no matter the outcomes today, I will be going live after. If the Hogs get eliminated in game 1, we'll do a post-game show. That's the plan. So just make sure you have you're subscribed. Make sure you have the notification bell clicked. That way you're able to join in on the who knows, man? Who knows? Arkansas could go. They could go 2 games. I don't know. Do they get is it today? Is today it? Did they get the toughest damn draw with TCU in their regional? I think so. TCU's on fire. They're just, listen, you just got to call a spade, and TCU just has beat the living shit out of Arkansas in 2 games. They just have. This year, they have your number. They have Arkansas's number. I think it's going to take what's the saying or the expression, a wing and a prayer? Like, I really don't know. I'm going to be real with you. I don't know that Arkansas gets out of game one. All right, before we get into that, shout out to, again, to Patreon supporters. Yeah, please share the content. Shout out to Hogs, who's already sharing. I do appreciate that. Fire away like TCU's bats. Goodness. Does Arkansas take 2 in a row against TCU? Then that is our odd soul poll. Do the Hogs make it to game 2 today? How about that? Do the Hogs at least make it to a second? Do they at least force another game? It makes you just wondering. It's so good, says Leslie. It makes you just. I think she got auto-corrected or something. I think she meant it makes you just wonder. It's so good. If you're talking about TCU's bats, good Lord, you take one player out of the equation for TCU yesterday, you might actually have a little bit better game. John Haas says the only thing that gives me hope is that we are embalmed. That is true, and I'm going to be real with you. TCU, I always believe the away team or the home team gets the advantage if there's a weather delay. Because you're already at home, man. You're already here. Like, it's just kind of business as usual. You go back to whatever Dave tells them to do right there in the rain delay. What did it take them 2 hours to make the announcement? To make the announcement that they were going to postpone Arkansas's game? That was ridiculous. Cameron Gray says, I think if we force game 2, we will win it. And that's one of the reasons why I went with that poll. Because if there is a game 2, if you force TCU, well, hang on. We're going to save the baseball talk. That's our Odd Soul poll. Odd Soul Craft Bar Pizzaria, located on Emma Street in Springdale, Arkansas. Listen, if you're still in town for the baseball game, it's lunchtime, you're around the area. I have people tagging me, taking pictures of going to the Odd Soul. It is it's a staple on Emma Street. It's a staple in Springdale, so you guys should go by, check them out. Fantastic pies, calzones, you name it, man. IPAs on tap. So the Odd Soul poll. Do the Hogs make it to game 2 today? 67% of you at the moment say yes. So make sure you take that poll. Also, to our other sponsor, Direct Service Overhead, the Garage Door Company. I see Travis Ford. I see him in chat. What's up, Travis? Odd Soul offers same-day services, affordable outcomes, emergency service 24/7, 365 days a year, better than best results. Why not give them a call, whether your garage door is damaged or needs to be replaced? 501-244-3667. Again, that's Direct Service Overhead, the Garage Door Company. All those links are provided for you down below. All those links are provided for you down below. I hope they walk the Richardson kid all day. Good Lord. Yeah. He single-handedly just beat the shit out of Arkansas. It's just crazy. All right. Let's start off with this commit Arkansas got. Listen, I don't even know when he announced it. I just woke up and I saw commit plastered all over the place on social media. So I'm assuming it's a done deal. I mean, Richard Davenport reported on it. I think Otis Kirk report. I mean, everyone's reporting. I think 247's reporting on it. So it happened. He committed. I just don't know that I've seen his. You know how it is. A player will announce on Instagram or Twitter. I've not seen that yet. Again, I'm not saying that it didn't happen. I just haven't seen him. I think something about his dad. His dad tweeted it this morning. Oh, man. Hey, man, my dad would do the same thing. I'm telling you, he would. If he were, if this were 20 years ago and Twitter were a thing, wait, when did I graduate? Okay, 21 years ago, and this were a thing, Twitter was a thing. Hell, MySpace wasn't even around 21 years ago. I think my dad would have, he would have done the same thing. He would have. My dad would. He would have been so excited. So I'm sure this was an excited dad. Good for him, man. Good for. And I think Arkansas. This is a very interesting commit here. Now he's going to count towards the 2023 class. And by the way, I didn't mention his name, Desmond James, who he is a very interesting commit. Take the glasses off for just a minute. Yeah, see, these are the new glasses, and here's the old. Remember I was telling you guys there's scrub. I don't know what that is on the front. I don't know if you could see that or not. It makes me sad, man. These are I just love the way they just fit so well. Anyways, you're not here for that. I'll shut up. I like this commit quite a bit. He's going to count towards the 2023 class. I guess he's on campus. I guess this is it. He can move in, I guess, sometime this summer, whenever they're supposed to. In 2022, and again, Arkansas had to, I think, Liberty and NC State, according to 247, were his other two football offers. Now, he was offered by South Carolina, and I don't remember the other school. Maybe, I don't know, another maybe NC State had a track offer as well, I think. But South Carolina had offered him to run track. He will run track at Arkansas. But in 2022, he caught 43 balls for 601 yards, 5 receiving touchdowns. He ran the ball 27 times for 321 yards with 4 rushing touchdowns. He is fast. Now, when you look at him on the football field, and I watched a little bit of his film this morning. I watched a little bit of his huddle video. When he has the ball in his hands, there's an end around play where the kid it looks like he's done for in the backfield, and he just turns it upfield and he's gone. I mean, I don't know what his 40 time is. This is according to 247. As a senior, won North Carolina 4A state championships in the 100 meters with a 10.46.40. Now, I watched that video, and a friend of mine, actually, shout out to Duke, brought up something really interesting, and I'm going to have to try and find the video. Maybe I can share it with you guys. Something that kind of stood out. But officially, his 100-meter was a 10.46, while his 200-meter was a 21.06. And this happened just recently in May. This kid could flat out fly. Another individual was telling me this morning when I was trying to get some more information, they think he's definitely a high 4.3, mid to high 4.3. I don't know. I can't compare track numbers, 100-meter relays to 40 times. Like, I don't know. Like, just whatever. I mean, some kids have that speed right off the line of scrimmage, and sometimes it takes kids 40, 50 yards downfield. If you're running 100-meter or whatever, it takes them, well, of course, 100-meter is a little bit different. But you know what I'm saying? Some kids are faster from the get-go, and they slow down as they're running. Or there's kids that it's the opposite. They don't get off to a real quick start, and then, however many yards downfield, they've turned it up. Now they're creating separation with just flat-out foot speed. I think he might be that type of kid where he may not be, if I could pull the video up here in a second. I mean, he's beat off the line, and then he comes towards the end of the run. He pulls ahead, and he does something at the end. Well, I'll just tell you, he's clearly he's celebrating before he crosses the line. So that 10.46 may have actually, that may not even be it is his official speed, but that may not be his realistic speed. I got to find that video. That's what I got to do. He's 6'2", 185 pounds. And again, he's from Clayton, North Carolina, 3-star. He's an 89 overall 3-star in 247, so we know that's close to 4-star status. His composite, he's a 3-star, 0.88 3-star. He's ranked a 59th overall wide receiver, and again, this is for the 23 class. So I don't know that he gets – I don't know how that works now that we're in the middle of 24 recruiting. I don't know that he gets a bump. And I don't know why the delay. I'm assuming it might have been a grade issue. I have no idea. That's just me. Because that is typically what I hear is the issue when kids why there's a delay when you get a kid from a previous class that finally makes his way onto campus a year later. I think he was, Desmond James was going to go JUCO. I think was going to be something, but then I guess South Carolina got involved with track, so I don't know. But this is a Kenny Guyton get. Again, 6'2", 185 pounds. We're just going to guess probably somewhere in the low 4.4, high 4.3 range for. I mean, he's fast. The kid moves, man. It's a really good get. He's considered by most – he's considered, again, a top at least 75 overall wide receiver in the country in that 23 class. Now, obviously, he's had a little bit of time, right, since 2000 – since he was getting graded and going through whatever events he may have been at. Maybe he's – I don't know. Again, he will count towards the 23 class. And I do believe he will be on campus this summer. So he's going to count towards your receiver scholarship distribution. That also maxes you out, I believe. If I'm not mistaken, please correct me if I'm wrong. Arkansas will not have – so they're done. I think that's it. Because your total scholarships is maxed out at 85, I think, right? Yeah, 85. So that's what you have on your roster right now. That's it. Or at least we imagine that to be the case. Now, there's always possibility someone leaves, right? That could happen. Free up some space. You never know. Arkansas stacking up the wide receiver room. It's kind of crazy. Did we have hang on. Our odd soul poll. Let's get this updated here. Do the Hogs make it to game 2? 71% of you say yes. 29% of you say no. I know it's baseball day, so I'll be quick and then shut up. Uh-oh. What's Cody James got to say? Oh, Grant Nelson. Oh, my gosh. I forgot all about that. Yeah, this weekend, I've been kind of, obviously watching baseball and trying to get updated on some recruiting stuff. I have not been paying attention to the Grant Nelson situation. Yeah, he's going to visit. Grant Nelson is going to visit. I don't have any more specifics on that just yet. Yeah. He is going to visit. That is I didn't think Arkansas had a shot. I'll be honest with you. I really didn't. What up, Ty? What's up, Scott? How you doing, man? Taiwan Porter says it looks like he has burst me. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Well, the video I watched, he got beat off the line. I'm going to try and – hang on. You know what? And I just got a DM from someone who's been following the situation with this kid, with Desmond. Says he's a 4.29 40. $4.29 40. Is that official? Oh my gosh. I just got this DM because I was asking some folks about. Wow. I don't think that's on his recruiting page. So it could have been a recent thing where he went and good Lord. That's moving, y'all. Holy crap. 6'2", about 100, and it is official. I'm being told that is his official 40. Holy shit. Bro, that's moving, man. This is someone I trust. I'll tell you that much. It's someone I trust very much. 4.29 40 official. Wow. Okay. Hang on. Let me. I'm gonna pull up this video of him running track. Size is also legit. I'm being told. All right. Hang on. I gotta link it. Let's paste it. It's just gonna take a couple steps. Hang on just a second. All right, we're going to watch this. I watched it once this morning. This is Desmond Jones. Hang on, I got to make sure. Yeah, 6'2", 185. All right, I'm going to flip my screen around here so you guys are going to. I sent it to my. Well, wait, hold on. Nope. Hang on. I don't want you to see my super secret Discord page here. I've got notes and stuff, things I don't want people to see. Here we go. Pull up Twitter. This kid can fly, man. Hang on. All right, now we're going to flip the screen. Here we go. Here it is. Make sure you guys can hear it. Turn up the desktop audio.
In the heat with Antoine Hughes Jr., who definitely pulled up with about 15
Now
meters to
he's
go.
in the.
And it's a
He's
clean
in the
start.
blue.
Hughes Jr. always with a great start. It's about to finish. That's Desmond Jones with him outside. And Desmond Jones.
What was he? You see that?
Desmond Jones raising his hand as he crosses the finish line. Christian Dixon also in those top three.
I mean, that dude could fly. Were you able to see that? Were you able to hear it? At 6'2", that is moving, bro. 6'2", 185 pounds. If you notice, if you're able to watch that towards the end, before he even crosses the finish line, he's got his hands up. Were you guys able to see that? Hogs win today, but the second game, I don't know, says Scott. I want to make sure you guys could see that. Well, and this is also for people who are watching afterwards. But he's got his arms up, so it makes you wonder, and he's doing that before he even crosses the finish line. 4.29 is crazy speed. Dude. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's insane. Dude is a burner, says Brody Farrell. If Centennia is a starter, this guy should be a returner for sure. Yeah, and he's got a couple inches on. So he's got what? How tall is Centennia? Off the top of my head, what is he? 6 foot? How tall is he? Why am I forgetting his size? Hang on. Centennia, yeah, and I think Centennia is the interesting. Yeah, he's 5'11". Yeah, he's a tall 5'11". His official's 5'11", 178 pounds. Isaiah Centennia, but Centennia, who's also a track star, is also really speedy. I was hoping the Razorback website would have Centennia's track stuff on it. I'm not seeing it. Because I was curious what his 100-meter was. Competed in track and field at Fayetteville. Checking is the number 4 prospect in the nation. Wait, what? Number 4 prospect in the nation for the 2022 class by mile split. Okay, okay. Named the 2021-2022 Gatorade Boys Track and Field Player of the Year. Yeah, okay. Doesn't give his actual numbers, though. Yeah, so, I mean, regardless, you're dealing with someone with quite a bit of speed. He's so fast. He makes fast people look not so fast. It's a great movie, man. Adam Sandler. The remake, rather. Yeah, dude is stupid fast. Kelly Marie's in chat. What's up, Kelly? Hope you're doing well. I didn't see you there. Hope all's fine. Are you still in Fayetteville? Well, I don't mean to give away your position, your spot. Are you still around town? Late to the show. Who did we get? Arkansas landed a track star. That's who they got. Desmond James, 6'2", 185 pounds, 10.46, 100 meter. Had offers from NC State and South Carolina to run track, and I mentioned Liberty was a school that had offered him. He counts towards the 23 class, but that will fill up, so he will be eligible this This fall, he should be on campus. That's the other question I should be asking. He's for sure on campus. I mean, yeah, right, of course. So that's another wide receiver. That wide receiver room, and I, the potential is there in the wide receiver room. The potential is incredible. But they have to meet that potential, right? Like, I think the ceiling of the wide receiver room is so high. But it's also unknowable because you have so many of these transfers who are coming from schools you'd never heard of. And then you have Isaiah Centenia, who's the track star, him and now Desmond James. But we know what we saw in spring camp from Centenia. I thought he was, between him and a couple other receivers, was the most consistent, and then ended up having one of the better camps of anyone on campus. But the wide receiver room is just completely stacked. So it's a good get, man. I'm glad they got this commit. Listen, they're going to host a whole bunch of kids in June. We've talked about this. We've gone over this. We've discussed it in Discord. By the way, Patreon members, I didn't guess his commitment, but I had a feeling he would commit soon. I didn't want to say anything in Patreon chat because I didn't know. I knew he was here, and that's all I reported. Because I didn't know. I thought maybe he would take some more visits. That he would maybe try to stay close to home. So I wasn't for sure. But I knew he was here, and we talked about it in Patreon Discord yesterday. So I did not forecast this commitment. I did not. I don't want to take credit for something I didn't do. I did not forecast this commit. I did know he was here. It was a surprise out of nowhere visit. I say out of nowhere. It was not one that I had seen. And but you know what? This seems to be on par with Sam Pittman. You know, he brings in he did this last summer. I feel like there were a couple of guys that came in that we didn't know about until halfway through the month, and that's how this month's going to go probably. And you're going to get some commits. I did say you're going to get some commits, and Desmond's the first. Desmond James is your first commit of the month of June. And it feels even better because, like, he's committed, and I'm pretty sure he can report for fall camp this year. You got to love that. Got to love the opportunity there. Now, yeah, he's going to be behind. I know someone's going to say, Ty, he's not going to break in through the depth chart. He's behind. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens in fall camp. He's got a ways to go, that's for sure. 5'11", that's what he's listed. Yeah, Centennial's, yeah, he's 5'11", 6 foot. Yeah, John, you'll have to watch his go watch his huddle video. He's got I think he's gonna be, he could, if he sticks it out. You know how this goes, and we have to say this with every commit. With every single commit, if they stick it out at the school they choose, right? Or if he doesn't have to do it at Arkansas. I hope that he does. But if he sticks to football and if he dedicates, because again, it sounds like he's going to split track, and football. He's going to run track at Arkansas. But if he's coachable, sticks to it, and continues to develop, who knows what he could turn into, right? I mean, someone with that kind of speed. Yeah, I would. Yeah, go watch his huddle film. I think you can just pull it up on YouTube. I saw it on his. Well, actually, it was sent to me. Someone sent me the video. Unfortunately, the baseball season ends today, says Fishman. Oh, Fish. God love you. You're not wrong. I don't think you're wrong. I don't think Arkansas gets to the second round. And if they do, I'm not giving them a 0% chance. I just think it's unlikely. Especially when Dave Van Horn says things like he doesn't know who's going to pitch. Did you guys catch that? I kind of wonder if that's a bluff to a degree. I don't know. Kelly says no. Lance had to work today. We left after the second Grand Slam. Almost made it home before the game was over. Oh, man. I would like to see them just, if they're going to get knocked out, at least get TCU once. Just get them once. Fishman, probably right. We don't have to say it. I mean, I don't think he's wrong, and I'm saying it. I guess I'm not as blunt. Again, the Odd Soul Tusk Talk poll. God, that's got a ring to it, doesn't it? Do the Hogs make it to game 2 today? 72% of you say yes. 28% of you say no. I don't know who you pitch either. Who saw Ledbetter being the guy to slow things down yesterday, right? I know. Haas, and Haas is kind of putting this in perspective. I think this is a good take here. Projected 4th in the West. Was it 4th in the West? Or was it 4th overall? Won the West, shared the SEC. We lose. It ain't the end of the world. I mean, that's great. And that is, and I hear what you're saying, and that is probably the more optimistic take on how the season went. I said at the beginning of the year, in talking to a group of friends, I really don't know what to expect this year. I really don't. I know Dave at one point before the injury stacked up out of the bullpen and you lost your ace, your potential ace and Friday night starter, they felt like this was probably the deepest that bullpen was. It was one of the best he'd ever had, or I don't remember what he said verbatim, but it was something along those lines. And I think all things considered, that bullpen was deep. I mean, we got to remember what they accomplished, 40-plus wins. And like Haas said, they won the SEC West. They shared the SEC regular season title. And while that's great. That's great, wallpaper stuff to put on your to hang in your room somewhere. That's great. Like, at the end of the day, to me, the same thing can be said of basketball, can be said of baseball. It's about what you do in the month of June. What it is for basketball in March, it's what you do in June in baseball. And Arkansas shit the bed. I mean, they shit the bed against TCU again, who's scored about 500 runs in 2 games. And that is great. And again, what John is doing is he is putting it in perspective of what the expectations were at the beginning of the year versus what they ended up doing in the regular season. And that is true. It's not all, horrible. It's not. This year was not a wash, in terms of what you accomplished during the regular season. But a lot of fans are going to view and they're going to judge your season based on what you do in the month of June. That's just the fact of the matter. And it wasn't good. I mean, they absolutely came out so flat against TCU. Obviously, pitching was the issue. Pitching shit the bed. I'll say it again. But, Dave, again, going back to what Dave said and what a lot of the media was telling folks, Arkansas, their bullpen was in really good shape. They're really deep. I think they did prove that to be the case. I do think they were deep. Who would have thought after losing, a potential ace Friday night pitcher, again, back-to-back years, keep in mind, and then another middle relief guy, who knows what his role was going to be, and then you were without Tigert for a little while, and then we saw the bullpen kind of, they weren't, I'm not saying they were elite, but I am saying that they showed that they had some depth. How many pitchers deep are they this year? And how many, like what you typically hear about going into the College World Series is, well, you want to be about 6 pitchers deep. They're close to that now with the injuries. And now you have the situation with Gage Wood. I don't know. I mean, I assume he's going to pitch today, the freshman, who apparently his fastball was coming down. His fastball was slowing down, and that gave them a little bit of pause for concern. You kind of wonder, is that arm fatigue? He's not used to pitching this late into a season. Maybe that's some of it. I don't know. We'll see. I think we end up seeing him today. I don't know for how much. But, I mean, when you consider the damage that this team had to deal with, the injuries to the bullpen, and yet they still were able to kind of turn it around and at least at least keep Arkansas in a lot of games. I really thought their bullpen did pretty well this year. It did really well. They did really well considering the circumstances. So all the hate on the pitching, I would argue, at least in the month of May, I thought towards the end that, the last, couple series, I kind of thought their bats were just wildly inconsistent. I don't know. Totally agree with Hogs. This season could have been a whole lot worse, yes, especially with so many damn injuries. Fishman says with all the injuries, this season was more than a successful one. Right, absolutely. Do you know Fouts throws 100 miles an hour? Is that true? I saw that somewhere. Fouts throwing 100 miles an hour? Is there truth in this? I know Kelly's one of the baseball folks. Her and Lance they keep up with all that. That's insane. Even at that age, high 90s is just crazy. I think we need Fouts and Wood to get their shit together. Yeah, and listen, I mean they're freshmen. They're young. They're young. I'm not gonna say they need to get their shit together necessarily. I mean they're freshmen. And I think they were kind of thrown into a role they may not have expected to pitch this much this year, especially Wood did. I know Wood Dave Van Horn said early on he thought Wood was going to win them some games. Or he said they were going to put them in a position to win games, something along those lines. I'm trying to look up. Yeah, Gage Woods. Yeah, well, I'm not finding the name I'm looking for here really quick. I'll tell you what though, and bats are gonna have to fire away today. Game is at 2:00, so we got about 2 hours before they start things off. Oh, man, why am I not? Yeah, well, Christian Fouts, Gage Wood. Christian Fouts, for some reason I thought I read Fouts was 6'5". He's 6'3", 220. That's a big kid, 6'3", 220 pounds. That's crazy. Haas says, yeah, Fouts touches triple digits. That's crazy, man. How about Mac? Listen to Kelly Marie with the Devo comparison. Whole other level in postseason. You're glad that he found it, right? You're glad that he found it. Good for him. Good for him, man. I kind of wonder what the bullpen's going to look like, and, with the portal and everything. I'm really curious to see what they look like next year. I don't want to throw in the towel. I don't want to sit here and say that Arkansas season is 100% done. You never know. You're inside bomb. Let's hope they force the 8 p.m. game. And then who knows, man? I mean, people are going to show up to that. It's going to be loud. And let's give TCU the game they were supposed to get Saturday night at 8 o'clock. Let's give them that game. Let's show them, and I know it's a weeknight, People got to go to work Tuesday morning, or some people are probably just getting off work, going to the game. Probably not going to be as much drinking, but let's show them what bomb's all about at 8 p.m. in front of Razorback fans watching their Hogs play. That might be a completely different scenario. I mean, who knows? I think, and I agree with what someone said. If you can force, TCU to face a last game scenario tonight, who knows? I'm not saying all bets are off, but Hog fans are going to show up. They're going to be loud. The question's going to be about bullpen management. It's definitely going to be about bullpen management. You're going to see them throw some arms out there today that you don't expect. I was really hoping they could take care of business against Santa Clara a little early yesterday. That way you could get some folks off, get someone off the mound and get some other people on that wouldn't normally pitch. But then again, you're not too – listen, it's been it's been an interesting – it's been an interesting tournament, to say the least. And I don't think anybody thought like if TCU were to beat Arkansas, of course, no one would have guessed the outcome of that game being 20-5. A very odd-looking, low-scoring college football game is what 20-5. A safety and a field goal for Arkansas. But TCU 21 hits. Hagen Smith got dominated. There's no doubt about that, man. Hagen Smith just I don't see his pitch count. What was his pitch count yesterday? Gave up 8 earned runs, 6 hits. I mean, he, led better. Ended up giving up quite a few hits and runs. Was kind of put in a tough situation though. This was June 4th. Yeah, this was Zach Morse came out, pitched an inning. Ben Bybee, yeah. I don't know what their bullpen's going to look like today, who they're going to pitch. I don't know who they're going to start. Do we have that information yet by chance since I've been live? I don't think we do. I don't think they've put that out yet. Let me double check. It's usually like an hour before we get. Yeah, we don't have it yet. But again, 2:00. Let's hope they can force. Game 2's 8 p.m. I believe. This game's going to be on ESPNU. And then again, hopefully you can get them to the next game. You've got Tennessee who's in. They're heading to the Supers. Who else is left out of the SEC right now? We know Auburn was eliminated. Kentucky's still alive. They've got to play Indiana for an elimination game today, I believe. Let me refresh this really quick. This might be. I had this tab up yesterday. Let me refresh. Yeah, so I guess Kentucky, Indiana's today. LSU, Oregon State. Oof. Can they both lose? A&M and Stanford. And they're going to face Texas in the Supers. Alabama's going to face Wake Forest. Go Wake Forest. Florida, Texas Tech. South Carolina advances. So Alabama advanced. South Carolina advanced. Tennessee's advanced. Who said the SEC did poor yesterday? Vanderbilt got knocked out, which was a little bit surprising. I thought Vanderbilt would obviously advance, right, in Nashville. How about Oklahoma State going 0 for 2, getting eliminated once again in their own regional? Indiana State, and so that's who's up next if Arkansas can somehow advance. That'd be a long day for Roland. We don't have a decent number 2. It's got to be Roland. Hagen threw 50 to 60. Okay. Yeah. Well, who said the SEC did poor? I mean, my God, you still have some teams alive here. A&M is still alive. LSU still alive, it looks like, if I'm looking at this correctly. Alabama advanced. Nichols, BC, and Troy. That's who they had in there. Good Lord. Is that the weakest of the SEC regionals, is Tuscaloosa? Have you seen this? Troy, Nichols, and BC. Boston College. Sinuses. Florida, again, Florida's still alive. South Carolina advances. Both Oklahoma and Oklahoma State eliminated. Vanderbilt eliminated. Yeah. So Arkansas, we'll see what they can do. Let's see if they can stay alive for the final game today. I think anything's possible. I straight up said I don't want ORU or DBU in our regional and Discord. Look what they did in Stillwater. Yeah, for sure. All right, we're going to end the poll. Do the Hogs make it to game 2 today? If you haven't taken the poll, I'm going to give you a chance to take it here. But 73% at the moment say, yeah, they're going to force the second game. 27% of you say no. So I'm going to give you a second here while I refresh my page. We'll see how many SEC schools make it to Omaha. That, of course, that's the true the true test, right? How many teams can get to Omaha out of the SEC? Here we go. We're going to end the poll. There it is. Hey, Time, just joining in. Since I live out of state, what's the best place to stream game on radio for game today? Well, I mean, the Razorback app, right? I don't know. I don't ever stream the games. I always watch them. I don't ever stream the games. Maybe someone in chat can help you out with that. The Razorback app. Yeah, the Razorback app. There you go. Kelly Murray's got you covered. There you go, I am Prue. Yeah, I don't ever stream the games. I try to watch them, and if I can't watch them, I always like listening to Phil. Finally made a live. Keep up the good work, Tiger. My favorite Razorback show. Hey, I appreciate you, Dylan Sharp. Thank you. Thank you, Dylan. I do appreciate that. You guys, if you're new here, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Again, the audience is typically the people that come back and watch. A lot of them, not all of them, are not subscribers. So make sure you hit the subscribe button while you're here. It goes a long ways towards supporting this local, independent, small YouTube channel that just covers your Razorbacks. Yes, I have considered covering all the SEC. Yes, I have considered making another YouTube channel to cover the rest of the SEC. But it would be primarily football and basketball, you know. And, you know, this time of year, definitely be baseball. Kelly's got you covered. Listen to this. She's got you. At the bottom of the app, there's an icon that says listen. Choose the baseball pregame option. Kelly coming through clutch. Kelly Marie. Since I'm working today, I'm limited to radio streams. Yeah. No, I hear you, brother. I hear you. I hope you get to listen to it. What's good, Philip White? How you doing, man? How you doing, sir? What else we got? We got anything else to cover? Is that it? I really like this commit. I really do, man. You know, you're talking about someone. You're not talking about a speedster. You're talking about this football commit. You're not talking about a speedster who's like 5'9". Now, again, and I'm nothing against Santana, who's like 5'11", 6 foot. But the point being, you've got a guy with some speed who's got a little bit of height, and he looks lengthy too. And if you go back, watch that track video. I'll try to link it somewhere. I'll post it in Discord if you're in our Discord. He's not – look at him compared to the rest of those guys running track. He's pretty thick. Now, obviously, on the football field, it just looks right. You know, he looks like you're supposed to look as a high school football player. But on track, he looks. I would have guessed he's north of 195 pounds. I would have guessed he's floating around 195. He looks pretty built, and he's got that speed. He's got them speedy legs. So good for him, man. Congratulations to him. And I think Arkansas got themselves a good one. All right, we do have an update here, and this is one of the reasons I'm about to wrap this thing up. But Mason Choate, this is coming from Mason. I want to make sure I give credit to Mason. Mason Choate will start. Right-handed pitcher Cody Adcock, who's 4-2 with a 5.68 ERA for the Fayetteville Regional final against TCU. It'll be Adcock's 8th start of the season. So Adcock does get the nod. There it is. See, this is why you're here. Shout out to Chris McKnight, too, by the way. Chris McKnight, I don't know if he's watching this or not, but he's been tweeting about the show, and I do appreciate you, Chris. Thank you, good sir. He retweets, too. He's retweeting the show. But that is from Mason. I'll make sure and retweet that. Mason Choate of Rivals, of Hog Beat fame, if you will. Adcock gets the nod. Just want to say Aaron told me I'd never be a real influencer like Ty because all I stream is Madden. So my kid loves your show. It's what my kids keep telling me. My kids say I'm an influencer, and I'm like, I don't know what that is. How can you be an influencer? I do appreciate. Listen, man, your kid's adorable, John. You share the pictures in our Discord, and I tell her, hey, mad respect for Aaron. But my kids tell me the same thing. Well, Dad, you're an influencer. No, I think I'm just a commentator. I'm not an insider. I don't, I do relay what I get to Patreon subscribers in our Discord chat, but I'm not an insider. I'm just I've got a microphone and a cam, and I flap my gums. Watched some of his highlights just a little bit ago. He's shifty. Says Ash. Adcock, is he serious? Well, it's been fun. Kelly's already thrown in the towel. Might be the case. You kind of feel like TCU today, I mean, they have scored. I just was looking at this. Let me find it here. On June 4th, they hung 20 runs on Arkansas. And then back on February 18th, they got 18. So close to 40 runs in 2 games. Close to 40 runs in 2 games against one team. That's bad. A lot of hitting. 19 hits on February 18th. 19. And then they upped themselves with 21 hits. Good Lord. Good luck, Adcock. May God be with you, sir. All right, that is it. I'm going to go eat me some lunch, get ready for this game. Again, if Arkansas gets eliminated, the plan is to go live no matter what today. That's the plan. We all know things can change. My kids are home. And I got a couple things I got to get done, but I do plan on going live after today. So make sure you guys, again, you've subscribed, hit the notification bell, and all that stuff. Hogs lose by 90, says Kelly Murray. Ooh. Fishman Adcock. Well, that's all, folks. Yeah, it's an interesting. I wouldn't have guessed Adcock. I would not have guessed him to be a starting pitcher today. Would not have guessed that. All right, I'll see you guys hopefully later today. Hopefully it's Arkansas avoiding getting eliminated, but it's just not. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Like I said, I'm not writing them off fully. Never say never, especially if you can force a later game at Baum Stadium. Hog fans going wild, knowing what's on the line. You just don't ever completely put them out. But to me, that's if they get past this first game, especially with Adcock pitching. I don't know, man. He's going to have the game of his career tonight or today at 2:00. I'll see you guys later today. Hopefully it's at least on better terms, right, than what we think the outcome will end up being. You guys be good. I'll see you later today. Go Hogs.